Hi, it's Red Snapper, and welcome to the Showgirl's Closet. Today we're going to talk bunny slippers. I love bunny slippers. I didn't really get to wear bunny slippers a lot as a kid, and the first pair of fuzzy slippers that I had that had like a face on them, my mother-in-law got me some lion slippers, and my dogs ate them. But I think bunny slippers are a lot of fun. Mr. Snapper and I hosted the Chocolate Box Burlesque show at Monday Night Teas ages ago. And for the look of us hosting together, I wanted bunny slippers. I wanted to wear bunny slippers. Usually I'd have to wear shoes that were, fancy and tall. Maybe not as tall as some of the shoes I've shared with you, but I still wore some taller shoes, things to make me look taller, and I thought as a host I should be a little more comfortable. Enter the bunny slippers. I have 4 pairs of bunny slippers to share with you today with little tales about tails about each of them, but only one pair has tails. That's crazy, right? All right, so we'll start. I was performing at the Great Burlesque Exposition in Cambridge, Massachusetts, and Mr. Snapper assembled bunny slippers for me while I was there. It was also my birthday weekend, and I lost my cell phone in the van that came from the airport. I believe it was from the airport. It might have been from the Charlie station to the hotel. So I was without a phone all weekend. I bought a burner phone on my birthday so that I could call home and text home, and it really was the cheapest phone. Mr. Snapper, while I was solving the issue of having no phone in like 2014 or 2015, Mr. Snapper was making these because the following week was our Monday Night Teas appearance hosting together. So he went to like a Ross or a Marshall's and he bought the base slippers, which are just the beige with the pink lining. And he bought a second pair so that he could make the bunny ears and turn them into bunny slippers from boring old slippers. He also did the noses, little felt noses, and he hand stitched on buttons and then glued on rhinestones for eyes. These are amazing, and people remark on them. There's a really nice picture that Clarence Alford took of the bunny slippers on stage, and I loved that. I think that might still be my cover photo on my Ms. Red Snapper page on the Facebook. So I'll put these little suckers on. No balance. Look at them. I really like that they have the bottom on them, the non-skid bottom, and it's like a plasticky, rubbery bottom, because you never know what you're going to walk through. It could be spilled drinks. It could be who knows what. I've danced at the Doll Hut, and that floor was pretty disgusting. The carpet on the stage, I'm sure, had plenty of DNA from lots of bands who had performed in Orange County, California. Now, the stage at 3 Clubs was not like that, but it was still, a stage, and I like having clean feet. As much as I like to not wear clothes, I still wear shoes. Yes, backstage was the kitchen, and you still had to walk from the kitchen all the way to the stage. And, when you're hosting, you want to get the F out of the way when it's time for the performer to go on. So it's like, oh, here's the next performer. And then you get out of the way. I was also dancing in that show, I think, for one of the acts. And we did a mentalism bit. So when you're a host, you yo-yo on and off the stage. So there's a lot more walking than just taking my shoes off and then strut, 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 get backstage, and then, all right, now I'm going to put my shoes back on. I like to be barefoot on the stage for the nudity of it, but I wear shoes all the time in life, even if they are Crocs or moccasins indoors or whatever. So, okay, so I've got these great slippers. I love them. People see them. They want these slippers, and they're not for sale. They are bespoke, custom made for me by Mr. Snapper, because he's amazing. All right, next slippers. These are my Deadpool slippers, which I just love. They're very cute. There you go. Here we go. Let's get the ears back. I think these were an offering of Loot Crate or something back in the day. This was before we moved from Los Angeles. I do have a Red Pool number. I love Deadpool. And I wanted to get the slippers. I thought that maybe these slippers could go with the Red Pool Playboy bunny that I had going for me, because that's what my act was. That's a story for another day. But the slippers weren't quite right. And also, they've got that slippery bottom traction that they'll put on socks, like hospital socks. It's not great. There's also, like, it's not rigid at all. There's just like a layer of foam inside. So these are not durable slippers that you can really wear anywhere other than just wearing them in my closet. So I'm going to do that now. My feet look so small. Like, do you see how much there's plenty of room to grow. I'm guessing I got a small, but they might have been made for a size 7, and I'm somewhere between a 6 and a 7. It all depends on the shoe. So yeah, and they fit kind of loose. They don't hug my foot, so they just sort of flop around. But they're cool, and I of course had to get them as a fan of Deadpool. I thought they were pretty cute, pretty swell. I love that one of the ears is just flopping forward. It's just given up. Okay. All right. Next, bunny slippers. I wore these when we hosted Beyond Vanilla, which was a lifestyle show for a convention of people who have specific interests. And Mr. Snapper and I represented vanilla. So we hosted like we were, just a happy 1950s couple, clueless about everything that was going on around us, which was a lot of fun. And I think the audience had fun for our 2 nights of performance. Since we were hosting together as Red Snapper and Mr. Snapper, not other characters, I had to have bunny slippers again, but I didn't want to wear his bunny slippers. I knew we'd have to walk outside at some point. And it was a convention. You never know what's going to be on the floor of a convention. Will there be parts of people's costumes? Will there be spilled food? Will there be all manner of nonsense? Like, you don't know. You don't know. I've been to some conventions. I've been to Comic-Con and Comic-Kazi and Oni-Con and Anime Expo. Even though the floors are cleaned, you don't know what happens during the day before you pass across the floor to go to your performance. So I bought these from Amazon, these cute little slippers. They do have tails. They're glued on. And I got something for the bottom to protect the bottom of these. I knew I'd have to walk outside at a hotel. Sometimes there are wet spots from like the sprinklers, and they don't drain off the sidewalk very neatly, and I didn't want to have soaking wet feet. So these are a little more rigid than the Deadpool slippers. I bet they just have cardboard inside, cardboard and padding. But I bought these bottoms off of Amazon as well, and they're adhesive, and I stuck them on there so that I've got kind of a waterproof coating. Now, it's not incredibly grippy. There's a little bit of grip to it, but if the floor was wet on the stage, I could go flying. So let's put these cute little suckers on. Oh my goodness. Now these are super comfortable. You can hear the little crunch of the bottom. I don't think that's the crunch of my knee. No, that's not the crunch of my knee. But they're really cute, they're very comfortable, and they were easy for me to perform in. I didn't have to worry about anything slipping off of my foot since they have this like elastic right there. All right, last pair of bunny slippers. I mean, who has 4 pairs of bunny slippers? I do. All right, these bunny slippers were just made for me by Mr. Snapper. And by made, I mean Mr. Snapper bought extra slippers in blue because who wears a lot of blue? I do. And we created these ears out of leftover slipper from the other pair of slippers. These are deer foams in medium, size 7 to 8. So I'm guessing that they didn't have any small. That seems pretty likely. He got these slippers, he saw them, and he was like, ooh, yes, I'm gonna get them, and I'll make you bunny slippers. And then we moved from Los Angeles to Dallas, and we were in a small apartment. Then we moved into a bigger apartment, and he said, you know what? I can't get to these quite yet. I'm going to remove the bottoms and then just save the pieces of fabric that we'll need. So then they moved from the apartment to our house, and they stayed in a bag until I was like, you know what? I want to do an episode on bunny slippers. I just need you to make the bunny slippers. So he did. He made the ears for me, and he stitched on the eyes and little noses. So I've got cute blue bunny slippers, which I can wear with any of my blue outfits when we perform together. And I may wear these when we perform together even though we're not hosting together, I may wear these when we perform together in May so that they get some time out in the world, because they should have some time out in the world. But I'm going to put them on now because I feel like it, and I want to show you these bunny slippers in action. They're very cute. I love them. They're really fun. And they're comfortable, and they have that nice, the bottom is a little, well, it's rigid, but it also has a little bit of traction. Not a ton, but it's good if I want to walk on a stage or backstage or wherever the dressing room is. I don't have to worry so much about, oh no, I'm going to wind up soaking up somebody's spilled cocktail and walk onto the stage basically wearing a bunny sponge. That would just be terrible. And those are my 4 pairs of bunny slippers. Do you know of a great place where I can get bunny slippers in other colors that are ready-made, or really great slippers that I could buy in different colors that I could turn into bunny slippers? And by I turn into bunny slippers, I mean Mr. Snapper can do it for me, because I like it when he does stuff like that. Anyway, that's all I have for you for now. Be sure to like, subscribe, boop the bell for notification, and, well, you'll see me again next time.